I'm really excited for this one, guys. Based on the trailer that I saw at the Game Awards, ooh, I can't wait. Cans on. Oh.
Sleep, is he? The ploughing plonker. Break me pearlies on this blasted pit-ridden tract.
Oh.
Where's Vera, Gerault? Oi, the devil's after you! He's running from!
Oh. Oh, dang. Oh. How is that candle not lighting anything on fire, you know? Oh, there it goes. Oh, dang. Oh, my gosh. Oh, oh. Okay. Oh. Hey, Siri.
Salt.
Almost had me fooled, Fruin.
I mean, kind of an abrupt ending to that trailer for some reason. Okay, but let's check out the tech demo now, which is where it picks up.
This is a technological showcase set in the world of The Witcher 4. What you just saw and are going to see now is running on a standard PlayStation 5 at 60 FPS with ray tracing. So in the
ray
game,
tracing.
you'll be playing as Siri, a professional monster slayer, a witcher. She explores the world and hunts down monsters for coin. The region we are in is called Kovier, and you'll get to explore it in a game. Right now,
Wow.
Siri is investigating a
Looks
monster,
beautiful.
and after gathering new clues, she is heading back to a nearby village. All right, everyone, meet Kelpie.
Hey.
Weeds be weeds, Kelpie.
So just like Gerault and Roach, Siri has her own loyal companion.
We return to town.
These two characters need to feel like one. Since you're gonna explore the world on horseback, riding needs to feel seamless, natural, and just fun.
Yeah, and to support that, we're introducing multi-character motion matching in Unreal. So Siri and Kelpie, they're perfectly synchronized when mounting from any angle and speed.
Wow. Okay.
And we also support root motion movement on Kelpie, so controlling her feels realistic and grounded.
Interesting.
And there are also some really nice improvements to our
Can't wait to
Unreal
try, like, the
Chaos
controls
Flex
with
Solver,
it.
And these machine-learned deformations. So you've got realistic muscles moving and stretching under Kelpie's skin without compromising the performance there.
That looks insane. That's insane. The detail.
So let's leave Siri behind for a second and talk about the world itself. So much of the Witcher world is natural, organic, especially Kovier with its dense forest and wild nature.
Yeah, and wild nature is hard. And with nanite geometry, we've freed artists from so many of their old constraints. But we don't want to rest until everything we do in Unreal has that same spirit of freedom. There's always more work to do. And foliage is a huge piece of that puzzle.
Gotta
we are
nail
excited
that
to
foliage,
introduce
you know?
Nanite foliage. And in order to achieve gorgeous foliage density everywhere, while still being memory efficient, fast to render,
Yeah.
we believed that a new idea was needed. So instead of the same
Oh my God,
carved
bear.
approach we've been using for the past 20 years, artists should be free to take a nanite approach to foliage, modeling every single leaf and pine needle. And the old LOD tricks of the past, they needed a complete rethink. And in their place, it's a new adaptive voxel representation in nanite. It's
Okay.
volumetric, it's fully 3D, it is super fast to render. And these
Got
dense
it.
clusters of triangles turn into these cubes, which at a distance, they're no larger than a pixel. And they react to the changing
Oh.
light of our dynamic sun and our shadows. and they
So it's
allow
like
artists
when
to
you go
render
in, it's more
whatever amount of
rendered.
foliage
That's
is
really
needed
cool.
to achieve their vision without compromise.
So it still
And
looks
no
great
compromise
at a
means
distance.
How ambitious we are when it comes to bringing our vision to life with incredible visuals. But more than that, together with Epic, we created faster way to load the
Without
world.
being too demanding
We
on
can
the
now
rendering.
bring in more
That's so cool.
content more quickly for the smoothest possible experience as we fly down to catch up with Siri.
Wow. All right. There's Kelpie and Siri. There they go.
Welcome to Valdrest. So Valdrest is a port
just love
town,
that the horse
a
is
hub
named
for
Kelpie.
fishing, trade, and mining.
I already
One of
love
those
Kelpie.
places
Kelpie must
where
be
you can meet
protected at
shady
all costs.
characters or overhear gossip from other lands. It's also where Siri took on her current contract. High-tech, let's leave Kelpie here and explore the marketplace and food.
Okay. Bye, Kelpie.
I'm so excited we can finally show you some of this stuff.
Ugh.
Let's see what Valdrest has to offer.
That. Oh my gosh. Guy hates us. That guard. Whoa. I feel like these people are way too close to that bear. I know it's trained, but... Oh,
Guys, notice how responsive the world is.
very responsive.
Character
There's a kid.
actions directly affect what happens around you, sometimes even setting off chain reactions. Everything is
Ah.
working together.
Wow. Super interactive.
Oh, look at this poor gentleman being taught how to fly by an angry innkeeper.
Oh!
That's what happens when you cheat at Gwen.
Don't cheat at Gwent. That's right. Being taught how to fly. I still gotta play Gwent. I really want to play it on Steam. You know me, I'm a big fan of
So
board
this
games
is
and
the guy
card
who gave
games,
the
so
Street
I love that
Quest.
Gwent just exists
Like
in the
you
world and
probably
you can play it.
suspect, He has his own agenda in all of this.
You're off your tits again, Wilfred. Get your ass up.
Wilfred's having a rough
A
day.
typical day's toil.
Who in? Ah, with Churess. One using my wagons. No eternity is taking that damn salt to arrive.
I found them. And, well,
Well,
suffice to say, they'll not reach you.
they're not coming.
As for the salt, found not one speck. I presume this comes as no surprise to you. Now. Kovier's smuggling trade is of no concern to me.
Shush, shush, shush.
The manticore,
I love the
flattened your
model
cars.
for Siri too.
Devoured
Like
your
she looks so amazing.
quite
So
the
much
opposite.
detail.
Manticore. No, them winged hellspawn dwell in the arse end of Creighton. Not here.
While
Well-
Siri decides what to do about that merchant, let's take a look at the character technology that powers this marketplace.
All right.
Why don't we listen in on these fishmongers? They're selling their wares, chatting up customers.
Morning, catch this is. Won't find none fresher.
Reckon me lady's after one of them.
Comes. Get this cleaned and gutted for you. You mind, dearest? Into seeing something more. Got mackerel cod. All Brexit's finest.
And there is tons of tech.
So wait,
Even
like
in the simple
how
market stuff,
how long does this go on? This is all just
tools,
happening?
improved Unreal smart objects, chaos cloth, and more.
Yeah, and all of this exists to make sure that the gap in quality between Siri and NPCs is as small as possible.
Yeah, and closing that gap, it's not just about fidelity, right? But also authenticity. They should react to changes in the world around them.
Yeah, like
But
how
the
Siri
prisoner in
would.
pillory isn't exciting enough for Valdrest. Let's grab everyone's attention with a circus.
Okay. I wonder like how much line work is
But
in
the great
this.
performance deserves a
How
huge
many
crowd, though. Let's clap it up.
performers or how many hours just into, you know, recording all of that, all the lines and
So
It
you
seems
are
like a lot of
seeing
voice work.
Tons of optimizations here to many of Unreal systems, including an entirely new Unreal animation framework, allowing us to fit easily in our 60 FPS budget, not just in rendering, but also with room to spare on the game thread. Over 300 animated skeletal mesh agents all going about their business.
wow.
And the whole point is to leave breathing room for developers like you to introduce the gameplay and the systems that your players expect, empowering you to make your worlds come to life without Unreal standing in your way.
You're right. That's the open world RPG that we're making. But before we wrap up, how about one final check-in with Siri?
Yeah, how's that going? Oh, now
We are
she
making this game to
is
be
she
the
out
most
here?
immersive and ambitious open world Witcher game ever. And we are making this a reality thanks to our work on Unreal with the team at Epic. I
That's
think what we're
awesome.
doing together is going to bring in a new generation of open world RPGs, and I'm so proud of what we accomplished so far.
This
We are
is
too.
looks amazing. It's just not to
So
be
we're
punny,
almost
but it's
done,
unreal.
before we go, here's a small gift for all Witcher fans. A first look at La Nexeta.
Ooh.
Onward, Kelby. We work.
Wow. That's very impressive.
Thanks, guys. Seriously, it looks amazing.
It looks so
And
good.
We've also barely scratched the surface of what's coming in Unreal 5.6. So here's Julien to tell you even more.
How much will
Thank
it be?
you
Can
very
I
much.
afford it?
Thank you so much.
I hope so. I mean, at least it's CD Projekt Red, you know? So I have faith in CD Projekt Red as a company that they're going to try to make it as reasonable as they can. Ooh.
Hey everyone, great to be here in Orlando. I spent a lot of time on this demo, so I'm happy to be the one to talk about what went into the 5.6 release. An open world like that was just the perfect content to focus on our main goal for the release, which was performance. We want the engine to scale to large and rich worlds. We want to preserve graphics
Want it to
quality,
be
and of course,
functional.
we want to deliver high frame rates that you and your players expect.
Yeah.
So let's check it out, starting with rendering. If you all remember, when we released Nanite with UE5, it supported static geometry. Last year, we brought skinning to Nanite. And now, we're working on Nanite foliage. The only way to have a forest that looks as good as this one is to use 3D geometry for all parts of the trees, just like we do for everything else. However, this is a crazy amount of fine geometry.
Yeah.
So we had to rethink how trees are created and displayed. To create them, we developed Nanite assemblies. These 28 little parts that you see are all that we use to build all the spruces from the
What?
forest. They are instanced thousands of times and used like
Got
building
it.
blocks to assemble trees in different ways.
Stack them all.
And as you probably noticed
Mix them up.
with the wind effect, they even support skeletal animation, which runs on the GPU.
That's crazy.
Thanks to assembly, we greatly reduce the storage, the runtime memory, and the rendering cost.
That's insane.
Then, to display an entire forest, the challenge was to preserve fidelity and performance from any distance. Let's check up close the level of detail we're talking about here.
That's crazy.
Lots of details.
So
But
much
this triangle
detail.
representation is not the most efficient when far away due to
Yeah.
the amount of overlapping.
Yeah.
And that's why we made an adaptive voxel representation.
Right.
But in reality, you'll never see those voxels this close, since when we move the camera back, they're
It
barely
changes.
a pixel.
Right.
Nanite foliage is almost done. We are moving it to the main line as we speak,
Wow.
and it will be available for everyone in 5.7.
Nice. I can't wait to see what
Another
people
thing I would like
make
to share
with
is
this
that
tech.
ray
Like,
tracing
the
and
tech is
lumen now run
crazy.
more than twice as fast, with no visual trade-off compared to when UE5 was released. And because of that, we can now hit 60 FPS on consoles.
That's crazy.
And finally, we rewrote the rendering pipeline to run asynchronously so you can increase the richness of your scenes even more. Now let's talk about chaos physics.
I'm always nervous with
chaos
ray
plot,
tracing though, because I just
we
feel like
improve
it
our
does
plot-to-plot
add
constraint
demand, but
This removes a
I love that
lot
they're
of
thinking about like
television
how do we
evaluation
make it
when
look good,
garments are
but not
piling up
like
and interacting with
cripple
each
your
other.
console, basically.
Even for complex setup like Siri Cape,
Yeah.
we hit a sub-millisecond budget on PS5. With Chaos Flash, we introduce procedural muscle
This is crazy.
activation to make deformation and motion more natural. Your artist will still have control over tetrahedral simulation and train ML models that run fast in real time. We now support the baking of fluid surface data into lightweight assets to be played back at low cost. This is
Whoa.
going to give you high fidelity water without the performance cost of real-time fluid simulation.
That looks insane.
For animation, we work on both performance and fidelity. Here, you can see how Siri and Kelpie match up in their interaction. Well, that works no matter the angle of approach. That's our Modes character motion matching solution. We also added motion matching in Sequencer to build stitch tracks. With them, you can seamlessly transition from gameplay to cinematic.
Ugh.
Also, we now have a secondary
Seamless.
layer of animation driven by physics in Control Rig. We used it in Kelpie's rig to drive the mane, the tail, and the saddlebags. And now, I'm happy to announce that all these features are already integrated into our new Unreal Animation framework, which we are releasing as experimental in 5.6. We built it with performance first in mind. Animation evaluation are now running in parallel off the game thread, which was our bottleneck. And for the other character systems that are just as costly, like movement, avoidance, state tree behaviors, we also move them to worker threads. This is really going to help you create scenes that are crowded and lively. Streaming has always been a big deal regarding performance. And
Yes.
the three biggest improvements we made are physics state creation, which now runs async, improve runtime PCG for ground scatter on GPU, and a new FastGeo plugin to stream static geometry. And just to take a different example,
Yeah.
in City Sample,
Sounds
the
like they're
streaming
really
time was cut down by
tackling
90%
the
while moving at high speed.
90%.
We focus on a lot of areas for performance in 5.6. And mobile, is
They're
no
really
exception.
focusing on performance, and I
We
love
work
that.
on better defaults and scalability settings for mobile and minimize the default package size. We also improve our workflows with a UI refactor of the viewport toolbar and content browser, on-device iteration workflow, and a mobile preview solution. So
Huh.
there you go. Unreal Engine 5.6 is all about performance, and it's available today.
Sounds great. I can't wait to see what people make with it. That's so awesome.
Please go enjoy the tech talks and session we have for you guys and come chat with us. And now, please welcome Chris from the MetaHuman team. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, that seems freaking insane. Like, just the level of detail, how focused they are on performance, the fact that it just seems like they're really trying to think of what the gaming experience will be like. I mean, this is what we need more of in gaming, you know? Like, this is what we need. There's so many people that are just focused on how much money can we make, and I feel like Witcher 4 is going to be a game that is going to be so amazing because they're thinking about what the game will look and feel like for players. It's really a labor of love, it looks like, and I am so excited to jump into it. I cannot freaking wait. Let me know your thoughts on the trailer and on the tech demo. Are you excited for UE 5.6? I personally can't wait to see what people make with this version of Unreal Engine and all these tools. I think it's going to completely change up what we can do for especially open world RPGs, which is, if you guys have watched any of my live streams here on YouTube or at twitch.tv/vampex13, you know RPGs are like my bread and butter. They're some of my favorite games to play ever in my entire life. So it's like a gamer's paradise. The only thing is I need to remember to go outside and touch grass. And so do you. I'm gonna go now and try to do that, but let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Friendly reminder to also hydrate and touch some grass today. And yeah, let me know how psyched you are for this though, because I feel like we're gonna be lost in so many beautiful worlds as a result of this tech update. I'll see you in the next one, friends, and until then, stay nerdy. Bye! And if you miss when I talk about gaming, sometimes we do that here. Actually, a lot of times we do that here. You can check it out over here.